The last human. The year is 2345. The world is a very different place than it was just a few hundred years ago. The climate has changed drastically, and many cities have been abandoned due to rising sea levels. The human population has dwindled to a few thousand, and most of them live in small, isolated communities. One day, a young woman named Anya is out hunting when she comes across a strange sight. There, in the middle of the forest, is a large metal pod. Anya has never seen anything like it before. She cautiously approaches the pod and touches it. Suddenly, the pod opens and a man steps out. The man is tall and thin, with long white hair and piercing blue eyes. He is wearing strange, futuristic clothing. Anya is terrified, but the man smiles at her and says, "Do not be afraid. I'm not here to harm you." The man introduces himself as Dr. Zork, and he tells Anya that he is from a different planet. He says that his planet was destroyed by war and that he is the last survivor. He has come to Earth in search of a new home. Anya takes Dr. Zork back to her community, and the people there are welcoming and kind. They give Dr. Zork food and shelter, and they help him to learn about Earth. Dr. Zork is grateful for their help, and he quickly becomes a valuable member of the community. Dr. Zork shares his knowledge of technology with the people of Earth, and he helps them to build a better future. He also teaches them about the importance of peace and cooperation. Under Dr. Zork's guidance, the people of Earth begin to rebuild their world. One day, Dr. Zork tells Anya that it is time for him to return to his home planet. He says that he has found a new home for his people and that he is ready to start a new life. Anya is sad to see him go, but she knows that he is doing the right thing. Dr. Zork says goodbye to his friends on Earth, and he steps into the pod. The pod closes, and it takes off into the sky. Anya watches as the pod disappears into the clouds, and she knows that she will never see Dr. Zork again. But she also knows that he will never be forgotten. He was the last human, but he also gave humanity a new hope for the future. Anya watched as the pod disappeared into the clouds, and she knew that she would never see Dr. Zork again. But she also knew that he would never be forgotten. He was the last human, but he also gave humanity a new hope for the future. Anya returned to her community and told them what had happened. They were all saddened to hear that Dr. Zork was gone, but they were also grateful for the time he had spent with them. They knew that he had made a difference in their lives, and they would never forget him. Anya and the other people of her community continued to rebuild their world, and they never gave up hope that one day they would be able to restore humanity to its former glory. They used Dr. Zork's knowledge of technology to build new cities and infrastructure, and they learned from his teachings about peace and cooperation. Over time, the human population on Earth began to grow again. People from all over the world came together to help rebuild, and they shared Dr. Zork's vision for a better future. One day, many years later, a new generation of humans was born. They had never known a world without Dr. Zork, but they had heard the stories of his kindness and wisdom. They were determined to live up to his legacy, and they vowed to make the world a better place for all. The new generation of humans worked hard to build a world that was free from war and poverty. They used Dr. Zork's knowledge of technology to create new sources of energy and to develop new ways to grow food. They also learned from his teachings about peace and cooperation, and they worked together to create a more just and equitable society. The world that the new generation of humans created was a far cry from the world that Dr. Zork had left behind. It was a world of peace, prosperity, and hope. It was a world that Dr. Zork would have been proud of. The story of Dr. Zork is a story of hope. It is a story about the